my beautiful little unicorns, and welcome back to my channel. If this is the first time that you're on my channel, my name is Vanessa and I, and I would like to welcome you into the fam. So guys, today's pick a card tarot reading is not only ultra personalized because each sign of the zodiac is going to receive its very own prediction, but to start off, you also get to pick from these 4 groups in order to figure out exactly what is impacting your life next. So if you're like me and the future kind of gives you a little bit of anxiety and you'd like to know what is happening in your life next so that you can prepare and soothe yourself and feel a lot more relaxed about the future, then the universe truly did help guide you to the perfect tarot card reading for you. So before I introduce you to the 4 groups that I have available for you today, I would like to take a moment to thank today's sponsor Kenzzi for making this video possible. So I'll speak to you in an instance. Today's video is brought to you by Kenzzi, which is a multifunctional IPL handset that uses different wavelengths in order to target different layers of the skin by adding a single magnetic attachment. Results show up in as little as 2 to 3 weeks, and you will be able to see your full results in about 12 weeks time. The device comes with a 12-month warranty as well as a 90-day money-back guarantee. Each one of these attachments can help you target different areas of your concern, helping you get rid of acne, unwanted hair, age spots, as well as keeping your skin rejuvenated. Kenzzi's IPL handsets deliver quick and lasting results that you will be able to notice in as little as 2 to 3 weeks, and full results will be visible in as little as 12 weeks. Kenzzi has a really sleek and ergonomic design, and it comes with 10 years worth of flashes. So Kenzzi's handheld IPL is definitely going to last you for a very long time, and it also comes with a 12-month warranty. Depending on which one of the sets that you get, Kenzzi's IPL set comes with 1 to 3 different attachments, as well as a 3-meter long cord, which is 9 feet, I believe, so you never run out of power. And there is, of course, also a quick guide so you can get straight into using your product, which we're about to do together in a minute. And of course, you have the IPL handset, which is where all the magic happens. I've personally been using the hair removal attachment because that is the area of concern for me. So while I would consider myself very body hair positive, there are certain areas of my body where I choose to remove hair in order to just make life a little bit more comfortable and less sweaty, such as my underarm area and a few other areas. Ladies, boys, unicorns, you know what I mean. And Kenzzi has been a fabulous device that has helped me get those areas under control and smooth as silk. No more messy, hot, time-consuming waxing, no more painful epilating, and I can do it all in the comfort of my own home. IPL means intense pulse light, which is safe as well as efficient for you to use at home. It converts light energy to heat to treat each area. And there are different types of attachments. There is a hair removal attachment, which is my personal fave because it targets the hair follicle and leaves you with less dark areas, such as under your arms. There is the anti-acne attachment, which of course helps you to target areas where you are experiencing acne. And lastly, there is the age spot and facial rejuvenation attachment, which helps you to keep your face looking plump and luscious. So if you'd like the sounds of what Kenzzi is able to do for you, then make sure that you use my link down below in the description box, or go straight to Kenzzi.com, where you can use my code Vanessa50 to get $50 off your Kenzzi device. So what are you waiting for? Try out Kenzzi now. So circling back to the 4 groups that I have prepared for you today, they are as follows. Group number 1 corresponds to the Pure Magic Oracle as well as the Cognac Calcite. Group number 2 corresponds to the Affirmation Tarot deck as well as the Amethyst. Group number 3 corresponds to the Shamanic Medicine Oracle cards as well as the Carnelian. And group number 4 corresponds to the Sacred Destiny Oracle as well as the Ocean Calcite. But as usual, the timestamps to all 4 groups can be found down below in in the description box, as well as the timestamps to each and every zodiac sign. So how this video works is that you first pick one of these 4 groups, and then you scroll back down into the description box, click your zodiac sign in order to receive a second and even more personalized part of your prediction. So I will now provide you with a little moment of privacy in order to meditate on the 4 groups. Feel free to pause the video if you need a little bit more time to select the right group for you, and I will speak to you momentarily. So by now you've hopefully been able to choose one of these 4 groups. I will be starting off the readings with the first group, which corresponds to the Pure Magic Oracle deck, as well as the Cognac Calcite. So if this is indeed the group that you felt drawn towards in order to receive your messages about what is impacting your life next, then please just continue watching. And to all of my other lovely groups, don't forget your timestamps are down below in the description box, as well as pinned to the top of the comment section, and I will catch you at the click of your timestamp. Hello, group number 1, and welcome to your reading on what is impacting your life next. So you chose the orange calcite in conjunction to the Pure Magic Oracle, and I can't wait to get straight into your reading in order to figure out what is impacting your life next. So this is the Cognac Calcite. This is a really beautiful stone that brings a lot of energy, that is supportive, yet at the same time trying to encourage you to be brave. So let's move into your reading and figure out exactly what's coming towards you and how it resonates with the Cognac Calcite. So first up, we have songbirds. So group 1, in songbirds, I can see here that what is impacting your life next is a final goodbye, some sort of release. And we did just talk in the Cognac Calcite about how being brave and pushing you to be brave is an important part of what's impacting your life next. And look at this, in the songbird, we have the number 11 as well. The number 11, in case you did not know this, is a master number. This is a number that speaks of leading, of speaking up, and of you being in a leadership position, of saying a final goodbye and releasing ties that you have to a situation. So this could be a contract that binds you to someone legally. So think of, for example, a divorce, or letting go of an apartment or a home that you live in, like letting go of a situation that you were legally obligated to be in. But of course, a final goodbye and release may also stand for a friendship or some other relationship, and this will impact your life, of course, when you're moving on and into a different phase. So moving home, moving situations, and terminating contracts, even getting rid of, for example, subscriptions that you no longer need. It's going to be a final goodbye and releasing the, not necessarily burden, but the responsibility of keeping up your part of the bargain, whether that's paying for something or being there emotionally, physically. You get the deal, group 1. Next up, we have drawing down the moon. So in drawing down the moon, I can see that your divine feminine energy is definitely what is intuitively leading you to make this decision, because you kind of know that it's time. Also, another interesting thing that we have here, group number 1, is a synchronicity. Here in songbirds, we had the number 11, remember, the master number. And drawing down the moon, the base number here is the number 1, but if you add 2 plus 9, we have 11 first off, the master number again of leading, and you are intuitively being led by your divine feminine energy, by the moon. And with drawing down the moon, bringing out the number 11 again, we definitely have this notion here that you just simply need to trust and believe in your capability to make the right decision, and for some final goodbyes to be necessary. But wow, okay, we have another master number in opening circle for you. We have the master number 33, which is a very meaningful one. This is the master number of the great teacher, of someone who is not only able to teach others, but also learn their lesson and move forward in a lot more of a wise way. So do know here that in the opening circle, that is definitely going to impact your life, this situation, this release of what no longer serves you. And I do also see here that your life is going to be simplified. So what is impacting your life? These are actually really situations that are simplifying your life, which are great for you, because anything that simplifies your life is of course helpful in the long run, even if it may be difficult to come to terms with at first. So in the opening circle, do know that that is a message that we have for you from the divine, your angels, and your spirit guides. Next up, we have the crow. Group number 1 in the crow, I can see here that what is impacting your life next is definitely also you protecting what you have left. So once you have kind of done this release of what doesn't serve you, you are truly keeping everything else near and dear to your heart in a protected state, and you're taking really good care of your friendships, but also your material possessions and your home. So if you haven't cleaned up for a long time, do know here that something's going to get into you that's going to make you feel like cleaning your entire room space, apartment, house, wherever it is that you live in. And also if you haven't been taking good care of maybe your clothes or maybe antiques, things that you have collected over the years, you're definitely going to reorganize. You're going to dust them off and ensure that you're keeping your material possessions in good condition, because that is also a reflection of how you're doing internally. Next up, we have the B, you're working hard. Group number 1, that is definitely what's going to impact your life next. There's a lot of work that needs to be done. It may also have to do with the fact that we are nearing the end of this calendar year when you're watching this video, or maybe you're starting a fresh project at work. I mean, this is a timeless reading, but do know here in the B that hard work is coming towards you. And I see here in the elk, again, stepping up and leading is something that is inevitable. You're not going to be able to get around this. So if you're afraid to be a leader, if you're afraid to be responsible for other people, when there's really no way around this, this is going to impact your life in some way, shape, or form. You're going to have to bring out that inner leadership figure and embrace it and allow it to not only lead you but others as well. Next, we have the Emperor, and the Emperor is again a leadership figure, an authoritative figure. So you're well liked when you're in a leadership position, because you're not someone who tries to force themselves to be this emperor, this king, this person who's pushing everyone forward, but you're someone who knows when it's their time, and that is when you step forth. You're not like, for example, a politician that can only get into that position by wanting to be in the limelight and wanting to affect people. Like, you know when there's no other choice but for you to step up, and that's what makes you such a likable leader, because you're not the type of person who just wants to lead in order to have more control or more power over others. And the Emperor also stands for a lot of wisdom and passion in what you do, because there are no ulterior motives with you. Next, we have the Ace of Wands. So group 1, in the Ace of Wands, I can see ambition and willpower, and that is definitely going to impact how you are able to lead other people forth, and how you're going to be able to kind of like embrace the Emperor side of yourself as much as possible. So being very ambitious about the next goals and how you can really just push your entire team forward, that is something that others can feel in you as well, and it's almost like infectious. It's almost like other people feel so affected by it in a positive way that they have no other choice than to embrace the same energy that you're bringing with you and you're bringing to the table. In the Goddess, I can see that honoring your divine feminine energy is an important part, especially here in drawing down the moon, because group 1, you may sometimes feel almost like it's a curse to have so much divine feminine energy, because you may feel like you are overly sensitive, or you feel so many little details that it would actually serve you if you were a little bit more calloused. But Group 1, be careful what you wish for, because the fact that you feel so many things and so many little details, like if someone's mood shifts or if someone is kind of lying or telling a half-truth, you have that sixth sense, that little spidey sense. Group 1, do know here that this has served you so many times and protected you so many times from danger or from unwanted situations, and it's important for you to see your inner beauty and inner wisdom and to love every part of you, even though you sometimes feel like the intuitive part of you makes you have to confront things you don't want to confront. Group 1, you are truly someone who has been guided into safety so many times by their intuition without even knowing it. So thank your intuition for that. Next up, we have expansion, spreading your wings and soaring, sharing your message and shining your light, showing the world what you're made of. Those are the core messages of expansion. And this goes together beautifully with all of the leadership qualities and energies that we have here. The elk is definitely a very headstrong kind of symbol that also shows that once you get into the groove of being the leader, the CEO, the project manager, whatever position that is, you will quickly feel comfortable and you will quickly just solely be focused on expansion, growth, and getting everyone to the next level. I can see here within freedom that you will actually find a little pocket of freedom where you don't feel like, great, now I have all this responsibility, but you actually see it as freedom for you to finally make a change, finally make a difference, and finally be in a position where you can have a positive impact on this world. I can see within support that also asking for help is another thing that makes you a very likable leader and person, because you aren't too proud to ask for help. You aren't too proud to ask for support. And one thing that's very important with this as well, group number 1, is to remember to get enough rest. Yes, while asking for support is definitely something that shows that you are by no means egocentric, at the same time, nurturing yourself and getting more rest is something that only you know how much you need, and only you can kind of set boundaries and make sure that people don't overstep those boundaries. So it's definitely very important for you to read your own body, your own mind, where you're at mentally, and give yourself the necessary timeouts that are required for you to function properly. I do see here within the dragonfly that if you're unable to do so, there's definitely a lot of nervosity that's coming for you if you don't get enough rest, and you may be way ahead of others and really bad at communicating. Like, you know, when you have thought processes and you're already so far ahead, meanwhile others are still thinking of what you said 20 minutes ago, but somehow you're thinking everything through in your head, but you're not actually verbally communicating it. That is what I see you run risk of here in the dragonfly. So in the owl, I definitely see here that it's important for you to remain approachable. It's important for you to remain in a way that people can actually ask you about your knowledge and your wisdom, and people feel safe and secure enough to talk to you, and not like you're so on edge or so overly fatigued that any little extra bit of pressure may push you over the edge. I can see here within the hummingbird that things are moving really quickly, so it's important for you to balance things out as much as you possibly can, because what's impacting your life next is definitely speed, is definitely you being thrown into a role that you didn't expect to be thrown into. So it is important for you to ensure that you honor that divine feminine energy, and that you take time out as much as you can. Create a morning and an evening routine, because even when you have a tight schedule, just having a routine is definitely something that can support you so much more than you ever expected. As I do see here, lastly, for the first part of your reading, group 1 in the butterfly, that you're going through a huge transformation from a little caterpillar to this beautiful butterfly. So leave a butterfly emoji down below if this is the first part of your reading that you chose. So understand here that it's all just a matter of time until you get comfortable in your new role and position. And until then, ensure that you are taking proper care of your sleep and rest schedule and listening to your intuition. So this is the first part of your reading that I received for you. However, if you now scroll down into the description box, I have all signs of the zodiac listed there so that you can click your zodiac sign and be fast forwarded to the relevant part of this video where your zodiac sign receives its very own, even more personalized reading about exactly what is impacting your life next. So I'll catch you over as we discuss your zodiac sign's prediction. Hello, group number 2, and welcome to your reading. So you chose the Affirmations Tarot as well as the Amethyst crystal. So let's do a quick close-up of the crystal of your choice. This is the beautiful amethyst. This may be a stone that you're already familiar with, as the amethyst is definitely a very well-known one for good reason. It's not only beautiful, but this crystal is actually one that brings out any psychic ability that you may have, and is also one that allows you to strengthen your intuition effortlessly. But now let's move into your reading in order to figure out exactly what is impacting your life next, group number 2, shall we? So first up, we have the Six of Wands. So I can see that what's impacting your life next is definitely an increase in confidence for you, group number 2. I can see here that in the Six of Wands, you're overcoming obstacles, trials, tribulations, difficult situations with ease, as you can see here, with your running shoes, and you are just overall in a really sporty mood. This may actually reflect by you wearing a lot of workout gear just to do things on a daily basis, to run errands. You may just overall be feeling like wearing things that allow you to move a lot more easily and don't constrict you as much, as I can see here in the Six of Wands, that you're definitely feeling like you can do anything once a few difficult obstacles have been overcome with ease. It's like you're on top of the world. Next up, we have the Hermit. So in the Hermit, I can see that this is a result of you doing a lot of inner work and of you spending a lot of time doing healing, as well as just overall having the time to journal, but also reflect on what has happened to you in the past, what kind of childhood or upbringing that you've had. This is definitely something that allows you to feel safer in your day-to-day life, as you know that you have worked through a lot of thoughts that are limiting beliefs and a lot of beliefs that have maybe harmed you and your self-confidence in the past. So working on that is definitely increasing your confidence tenfold. And I can see here in the Ten of Wands that anything that you can't control, you're moving on from, because I can see in the Ten of Wands that, you know, things that are out of your control before, they may have really stressed you out, freaked you out, caused a lot of anxiety. But here in connectivity to the rest of your reading, I can see that you're not allowing for things to stress you out so easily anymore. You've taken time to reflect, to grow, to learn how to meditate, and to learn different coping mechanisms that you can use whenever you're going through a tough time. So the Ten of Wands definitely shows me that when you know there's nothing that can be done to impact a situation, then you're not going to stress over it. You're just going to allow it to pass and make the best that you possibly can of everything. I can see here within the Empress that what is going to impact your life next is potentially like a pregnancy announcement. It doesn't have to be your own, group number 2, if that's something that you're worried about. The Empress just stands for fertility, but also beauty. So what may impact your life next is also doing a type of beauty treatment or discovering a beauty product, a beauty regimen that really works for you. What works for me, for example, group number 2, is to take good care of my skin, use sunscreen, of course, but also to ensure that I'm nourishing my body with things that have a lot of nutrients, such as green smoothies, just overall leafy greens and vegetables. As I do see here with the Nine of Wands, that you're sick and tired, or you got sick and tired of not feeling good enough, of not feeling like you're getting the most out of your looks, your youth, just overall your appearance, your exterior plane, and you're doing something about it. That's one thing that I see for the Nine of Wands and the Ten of Wands. Rather than letting situations stress you out so much, yes, they're there, they exist. You can't just kind of magically make them go away, but you are in a lot more control of how you react to difficult situations that otherwise would have just made you kind of lose it and feel like everything is a disaster. So the Six of Wands shows me a very sporty, mature approach to all of these things. I can see in passion that you're doing more of what excites you and you're getting fired up about your life, and this increases your energy levels. As I do want you to know that what impacts your life next is that through taking really good care of nourishing your body, that of course gives you more energy to do the things that you love, because you're not putting junk into your system, you're taking better care of yourself than usual. So it's like you're a lot more resilient on one hand when it comes to difficult, challenging situations that we have here. So yes, they are occurring and they're still here. We'll figure out more about what they precisely are, group 2. But rather than freaking out, you are so resilient that you can overcome them and still have spare energy for the things that you really like. I can see here within leadership that part of what's really hard and challenging for you is to step into your leadership and to share your message, to inspire and empower others can be a little bit scary at times, especially if you don't like public speaking or just public situations in general. I feel you, group number 2. I'm not a fan of those either. So do know here within leadership, the 9 and 10 of Wands, that you are definitely a little bit afraid of, you know, those presentations and putting yourself out there, but you're going to overcome any type of anxiety that you have within that with more ease than ever expected. Next, we have miracles. So it's definitely going to feel like a miracle to you, group 2. It's definitely going to feel like you just surrender to the how. So in the past, you kind of ask yourself, how am I going to do this? How am I going to overcome this? How am I going to get through this situation without, for example, making a fool of myself or just being really anxious and scared? But I can see here within miracles that you have faith that a miracle is on its way, and you know, by the law of attraction, you are then able to simply experience the miracle and surrender needing answers from the universe about absolutely everything. Just trusting that things will be fine is often all that you need. Any extra stress is unnecessary. Just ask yourself this simple question, group number 2, like how many times were you in a stressful situation or a situation that you thought was detrimental, and did it help to stress out? Just be honest, group number 2, or let me know down below in the comment section. Leave a little unicorn emoji down below. Let me know, was it helpful to stress, or was it helpful to just let it go and say to yourself that you will be held, you will be protected by the universe and your angels, and everything will be fine. Let me know what was more helpful. I think we are in agreement about what that would be, group number 2. I can see here within compassion that being gentle with yourself is definitely going to impact your life, and it's going to hit you in a way that it's never hit you before, because in the past, you may have thought that you were nice to yourself or gentle with yourself, but when you really actually start to see the light in yourself and others, and you enter this state where you feel like everybody could be your friend, where you have such infinite love for every human being, people walking down the street, people who you maybe just met, people who you don't really know at all. Once you truly just move into that space where you are loving and caring of every living being that enters your life, that is just going to overall change the way you see things forever. I can see here within the Empress again. God, we have the Empress already 2 times. Group number 2. Do know here again, this pregnancy announcement, this fertility. If fertility is not something that you're looking for, then know to take necessary precautions, but the Empress did show up twice within your reading, group number 2. So this is the universe communicating with you that this is something that will impact your life in some way, shape, or form. Next, we have the Dawn of Rings. In the Dawn of Rings, I can see here that it's important for you to diligently take care of this whole Empress situation in order to calm your mind and not feel as though you are losing control over what's happening next for you, group 2. It is in your control whether you freak out about the fertility and abundance that we have in the Empress, or whether you simply find a way to embrace it or find a way to make things in a way that suit you. But again, the whole pregnancy situation, this could be a close friend or family member who is expecting a child. Next up, we have the Temperance card. So in the Temperance card, try to take some time away from any substances that are addictive or that are altering of your spirit and your energy. Group number 2, this is really important for you to do, as I can see here within the Temperance card, that drinking too much, taking other substances, or using caffeine as a way to simply get through the day is really not serving you and may impact your life negatively if you continue to do so. You may just completely lose it, as I can see here in the 5 of Cups, that this may actually lead to you feeling a lot more burnt out than necessary, because you just simply know that you don't have your life under as much control as you maybe could or should, as you rely on substances. So temper yourself with that. Try to take it easy. Try to not use any type of substances in order to get through the day. I see in the 6 of Swords that it'll be smooth sailing if you really want it. So when it comes to the Temperance card, the 5 of Cups, and the 6 of Swords, it really matters that you change your mindset. So breaking a habit that isn't healthy for you, it's not just about breaking that cycle, it's also about creating a new thought pattern and a new habit, group number 2, that can replace the old habit. Habits cannot just simply be disposed of, they have to be replaced by new habits, so keep that in mind. I can see here within the 2 of Diamonds that finding balance is probably the most important thing for you, finding balance between being better and increasing your productivity, but also finding periods of rest and time to reflect. We had the Hermit show up again for you. So we've had the Empress twice as well as the Hermit twice. The likelihood of this is not very high, group 2, so this is very meaningful. You may or may not know that in tarot decks there are 78 cards. So this is the Gentle Heart Tarot deck right here. That is a tarot deck that I authored, and this is the Affirmations tarot that you chose up here. So they each have 78 tarot cards. So the Hermit showing up twice does also show me here that it's important for you to, of course, take time for introspection, but also don't become so shy of putting yourself out there or going out, leaving the house, that you end up kind of developing anxiety of leaving your safe space, because that can just topple over into a little bit of a challenging space as well if you get too used to being afraid or anxious about leaving your safe spaces. I can see here within the Turtle that slow and steady wins the race for you, group 2. So what's impacting your life next is definitely slowly crawling out of what you're used to, crawling out of what we spoke about here in the Hermit, your safe spaces, your home, crawling out of this feeling afraid to do things maybe alone or just put yourself out there too much. And having this slow transition and change is definitely helpful to not make you feel like there's just such an increase in anxiety in your life. And in the Gazelle, I see that it kind of allows for a very elegant and delicate transition into feeling more confident. So as we spoke about first up within your reading in the 6 of Wands, of you just feeling like you can do anything, feeling a lot more confident than usual, I see that just changing little things, little habits actually have a huge impact over time. So if, for example, in the morning, you in the past never made your bed, but now you're starting each morning by making your bed or by having like a very healthy breakfast or snack, it may seem like a really small change in the grand scheme or to a whole day, but I see that over the course of weeks and months, it just really has this huge impact within your life that I can see here in the Scorpion, makes you feel like you have that extra edge to you, that competitive edge that you never had in the past, that truly puts you ahead of the game, ahead of the curve, and gives you that extra confidence that you've always needed in order to take on some bigger projects and some big dreams of yours that in the past you may have thought were way too big for you to accomplish. So group 2, we are at the end of the first part of your reading. I hope that you enjoyed this so far, but now it's time for you to add on a even more personal part to this prediction for yourself. So you can scroll down into the description box and click your zodiac sign. You will then be fast forwarded to the second part of your reading on what is impacting your life next, making this prediction even more personal and accurate than it already is. So group 2, I'll catch you over during your zodiac signs portion of your reading. Hello, group number 3, and welcome to your reading. So you chose the Carnelian in conjunction to the Shamanic Medicine Oracle cards. Let's do a quick close-up of the crystal of your choice. This is the beautiful Carnelian. You chose this fiery stone, and this is actually one that helps bring out a side of you that is more courageous, that feels uplifted, as well as able to take on more responsibility. So let's see how this fiery energy is going to impact your life next, and what else is coming towards you, group number 3. First up, we have the bells. Group number 3, I can see here that there's some sort of deflection that's happening around you, and I can definitely see when connected to the Carnelian that you're not here for it. You're here for the truth. You're here for realness, for people being honest and upfront, as I can see here within the insects, that you are someone who is very supportive of the truth. You would way rather someone tell you the truth than comfort you with a lie, even if the truth is a hard pill to swallow and not the easiest thing to deal with. So I do definitely see here that connected to the bells, there is a little bit of a discrepancy. How will we bridge that? Next, we have the journey. So in the journey, I do see here that bridging this is something that you're going to have to do with a little bit of imagination and putting yourself in another person's positions and shoes. So what is impacting your life is definitely an increase in compassion, group number 3, an increase in understanding that just because you would do something in a certain life position doesn't mean that someone else will do the right thing. And this also reminds you to not count on other people to do the right thing just because maybe you would. Next, we have fire. So we definitely already spoke about how the Carnelian is a very fiery, passionate type of crystal for you to have chosen. So I can see that when you get very passionate about what is right and what isn't, about integrity, about morals, you can definitely get heated. You can definitely get kind of angry if you feel that people are doing the wrong thing. And you're definitely going to leave comments on businesses' pages that are burning down the rainforest or killing a lot of innocent beings, animals, using a child labor, for example. Like, I can definitely see here within fire that you didn't come to play, group number 3, and what is impacting your life next is definitely a moment of clarity. So by watching some sort of documentary or listening to a podcast, reading a book that just overall gives you more of an idea of what goes on in the world, not just in your direct kind of area, not just where you live in your country or nearby countries, but throughout the globe. I can see that the more you see what is going on and how many people are in compromised positions that don't need to be, all just because of capitalism or certain people's greed, the more you want to step up and speak up and make a change for the better. I can definitely see here in fire that you have that passion, and in insects that you want to be a support system. Next up, we have soul retrieval. So I did accidentally flip over this card, but soul retrieval was the actual one that was on top of it. So I apologize for that, group number 3. But what you are meant to receive is soul retrieval and this feeling of reclaiming power. And this is definitely something that I see you wanting to stand up for. You no longer want to belong to a society where it seems like the little guys or to the 9-to-5ers, the people who don't own huge corporations, have absolutely no say and no power. I can see in soul retrieval that you understand that times are changing and time is up for people who do not want equality in this world. Time is up for people who are destroying this planet single-handedly, just all out of a space of greed. And I can definitely see that this is impacting your life. You're doing a lot of activism in your own way, whether that is through educating friends and family, whether that is through posting on your social media. I can definitely see here that you're not going to allow for deflection to be a part of your life anymore, or for anyone to just get away with that. Even if you can imagine what would have put them in that position, as we spoke about here in the journey, that doesn't mean that it makes it okay. Yes, you have compassion for people's decisions, but at the same time, you're not going to condone people making decisions that are not good for the majority of people affected. I can see here within the stingray that when it comes to people being egotistical and being selfish, it is definitely something that you're standing up for. The stingray has this strong kind of backbone structure that is highlighted here within this deck, and as a message for you, group number 3, we definitely have you standing up, being unafraid of consequences, because you know that sometimes you just have to stand up for what's right and not think about the consequences. The dragon definitely shows me here that somehow you are going to remain unfazed and also unharmed while standing up for what's right, as other people can see that you're inevitably just doing work that other people are too afraid to do, but work that is necessary. So that's definitely impacting your life in a way that makes you also see who's a real friend and who isn't, and who truly supports equality in this world. Talking the talk, but not walking the talk, if you know what I mean. Next up, we have the swan as well as the crow. So in the swan, I can see here that one thing that's impacting your life next is definitely some sort of really pretty material possession. I see that here in connectivity to the crow. So maybe you're going to purchase yourself a really nice piece of furniture, a nice item that you can wear, or just some sort of memorabilia that you can put up in your living space. And I do see here for you, group number 3, that this is going to positively impact and affect your life in some way, shape, or form. Let's move further into your reading. We have the 10 of crystals reversed. So in the 10 of crystals reversed, you have been working towards this for quite a while. So this is impacting your life in a way that you feel like you finally gotten something that you spoiled yourself with that is way overdue. And I see here in the Tower reverse that at one point you thought that you may never get there. So this is definitely a bigger purchase in the material realms. Think of the car of your dreams, the home of your dreams, some sort of material item that is very sought after or very rare that you've been trying to get your hands on, and I see that finally becoming a reality. The Knight of Cups does also show me here that this is like a lesson to you to never give up on your dreams. This is like a lesson that teaches you that anything is possible in this lifetime for you, but it's important for you to stay rooted, grounded, and believe that it is. The Empress does also show me here that you're going to benefit from a nice natural glow because of this extra confidence that is coming towards you, group number 3. And this nice confident glow is something that other people notice as well, and may have a lot of other people finding you super attractive in the next weeks and months. So if you have more admirers than usual, know that this comes from within, quite literally, group number 3. Next up, we have action. In action, I can see here that what's impacting your life next is definitely you taking action, inspired action, leaps forward, and moving forward with confidence. The confidence part, that's what it's about, group number 3. We already kind of briefly spoke about that within the Carnelian. I do see here that within Sanctuary, taking time in order to meditate or go on a retreat is also going to impact your life, or is also what will impact your life in an important way in this next little bit. So maybe you're actually literally booking a retreat, maybe it's a virtual retreat, or you're just cleaning up your home in a way that you can set it up like it's almost a little getaway, like it's almost a little vacation, little self-care situation that you're setting up for yourself very close from home, or actually in your home, because traveling may just be a little bit of a pain for you right now. I can see here within prosperity that a gift of money is on its way. We already touched upon that, group number 3, but this is like the universe confirming that what we received here, what we spoke about here is actually true, with the universe literally sending a prosperity card into your reading, and that it's important for you to also manage your finances with love. That's an important message that is here within prosperity. But just see this group 3 as a confirmation that yes, you are definitely going to have something material impact your life positively. I can see here within leadership again that being courageous is an important thing for you to start to get comfortable in. I can see that stepping into your leadership as well as sharing your message, not being afraid also to call people out, like we spoke about with you being a bit of an activist, a bit of someone who, stands up for the underdog and isn't afraid to call out people in power who are just continuously doing the wrong thing. I mean, of course, you don't expect for corporations to go bankrupt trying to be more green or trying to create safer work environments, but at least making that effort, taking those steps forward so we can get somewhere as a whole, as humanity. Because of course, when big corporations go out of business, that is not a good thing on another end of a spectrum as well. In most cases, not in all cases, but in a lot of cases. So I can definitely see that there's nothing extremist or unreasonable within you, group number 3. I definitely see that what is impacting your life is just this shared want and need to do better as a human being and to be someone who you can be proud of. If you look back on your life decades from now, you want to be proud of what you stood up for and what you did in order to bring positivity into this world. So group number 3, this is the first part of your reading that I received for you, and I truly hope that you found it insightful and that it resonated. But now we are going to move into your zodiac signs portion of this video, making this even more personal and even more accurate. So scroll down into the description box or into the comment section where I have posted each zodiac signs a timestamp, so you can click the timestamp and be fast forwarded to the relevant portion of this video where your zodiac sign receives its very own reading. So I'll catch you over there, group number 3. Hello, group number 4, and welcome to your reading. So you chose the Sacred Destiny Oracle in conjunction to the Ocean Calcite. Let's do a quick close-up of the stone that connects to your emotions as well as your intuition. This is a beautiful Ocean Calcite. This is a stone that not only helps you communicate how you feel, but also kind of helps calm you. Let's, however, now move into your reading to figure out exactly what is impacting your life next. I'm not going to spare you of any details, group number 4. We're going to get into absolutely everything in this first part of your reading. We have a release show up first. So within release, I can definitely see here that what's impacting your life next is a letting go of something. We have yet to find out what that thing is, but do know here within release that for some reason it's just guts to go. I can see within protection that you've been overprotective about this area of your life, group number 4, and it's about time that you release, let go, and kind of become your own man, woman, unicorn person. You know, however you identify, I definitely see in release and protection that it's time for you to know that you don't need these crutches, you don't need so much extra support in every area of your life. Like, for example, if you don't do many things alone in public, release the fear of doing things by yourself. Or, for example, if there's a friendship that you have been overprotective about, maybe you're overprotective about a friend, a family member, a sibling, someone who's near and dear to your heart, you kind of have to release that and know that they are a strong individual and they can survive without your protection, group number 4. But it's really sweet of you to be that way. Next, in solitude, I can see here that definitely releasing, letting go will leave you with a little bit more alone time and a little bit more time to yourself where you can reflect and where you're noticing like, hey, I actually have more time than I ever realized and I don't need to freak out so much about protecting myself or another living being. The same goes, for example, with pets. Like, let them be a little more independent. And trust me, I'm like a helicopter pet mom, group number 4, so I get when you're really overprotective about someone or something that is dependent on you, but it's important for you to sometimes also release that type of like control that you have, that controlling edge, and sometimes just trying to be overly controlling in situations. Here in the tarantula, do know that release is definitely something that will also lead to you having more freedom for yourself to travel and to do other things that you usually don't do by yourself. And in the peacock, I can see that that actually brings out a really beautiful side of you. So this release impacting your life, group number 4, is impacting you in a positive way, as you are able to feel more confident, as the peacock conveys in its message and is allowing you to let yourself shine as an individual and not feeling like your identity is tied to something or someone else, whether it's a person, an animal, a job title. You get what I'm speaking of, group number 4. Next up, we have the cobra. So the cobra definitely does also show me here that you're a bit of a threat to some people. So it could be a coworker, or it could be a boyfriend or girlfriend of someone who you once dated, you know, a now partner of someone close to you, and they kind of feel threatened by your energy, by your looks, by who you are as a human being. So this is just something that you are realizing, and that will impact the way that you move around that person. And maybe you just are going to make it extra clear that you're only friends, and just because you are beautiful, outgoing, and confident, or becoming more outgoing in who you are, doesn't mean that you're here to ruin anyone's relationships. In the turtle, I can see here that first things are going to speed up before they slow down. I see that with the tarantula and the turtle, that life feels like it's moving really quickly when you're letting go of this grip of control that you once had, and you're kind of just allowing for things to be as they're supposed to be right now, without trying to control situations or affect them in any way. And then once you get used to the universe taking over, things are going to move along really quickly. Next, in the nightingale, group 4, I can see that what is impacting your life next is definitely also a new type of outspokenness within you, and a new fearlessness of just saying what you're going through, how you feel, and also releasing the need to keep things to yourself. If someone hurt you, you're not embarrassed anymore to say like, hey, you really hurt me. Even if you're dating someone or it's romantic, you're just open and honest about it, and you know that you have nothing to be embarrassed about. But if anyone has something to be embarrassed about, then it's the person who potentially mistreated you or treated you in a way that was hurtful. So if they did not hurt you on purpose, then that's one thing. But on the other end, you know, if someone did something to you that they knew wasn't cool, like you calling them out is definitely something that is going to impact your life in a way, because in the elk, I can see here that that's actually going to put you in a position of power where people no longer feel like they can just walk all over you, but they're actually almost like a little bit afraid. Okay, they actually almost feel a little bit intimidated by these changes within you. But let's move further into your reading, group number 4. Next up, we have the King of Cups reversed. So in the King of Cups reversed, I can see here that there is a water sign that is going to affect your life in some way, shape, or form. A Pisces, a Cancerian, or a Scorpio. And I see here in the King of Cups reversed that usually they are more in a leadership position, but because you are coming off really strongly, they are actually like not intimidated by you, but they respect you, and they don't feel like they know more than you, and they don't feel like they are wiser in any way. So they are older than you, but they're very respectful of you, your life experiences, and the fact that you're definitely someone who has gone through a lot in their life and has the scars to show, maybe not physically, but emotionally. I can see here within the 4 of Cups that this is a type of person who is worried about your connection not working out the way that they hoped or intended for it to work out. And in the Temperance card, I can see that they're trying really hard to stay cool. So group number 4, do know here that there is someone who is interested in you. There is someone who is definitely impacting your life in a manner of giving you attention attention, but you may not even be aware of the fact that they are into you a little more than they're showing or letting on. The Nine of Diamonds does show me here that when it comes to your career, you are definitely on a whole new level. You're definitely in a space where your career is thriving and money as well as other material things flow to you way more easily than usual. The Knight of Diamonds shows me that this is a result of you putting forth a lot of energy, you putting forth a lot of ambition and stamina in order to make projects work and to just show that you're 100% committed to doing things right. Here in Judgment, I can see here that you use your judgment in order to determine how much work needs to be put into a project and when you can kind of call it quits. So I can see here that what is impacting your life next is a promotion into a position of more authority and more power, which may also be why the Nightingale and the Elk is here within your reading, because you're sharing ideas of how one can better the system. So for example, if you're studying, how one can better the system for students and teachers. If you are working, how you can actually push the business forward to a more profitable place while at the same time having everyone benefit from it, employees as well as owners and so on. So I can definitely see here that you speaking up and putting your ideas out there, having good ideas, and also discerning when it's necessary to put in more work and what parts of the business maybe can be left to do their own thing or to thrive on their own a little bit. That is one thing that I definitely see impact your life positively, as others find you to be a very valuable commodity, so to say, group number 4. Next up, we have past lives. In past lives, I can see that your past life karma is impacting your life next. So you're going to feel kind of like this outer body experience, kind of strange. You can't really explain what's going on, group number 4, but I do want you to know here within past lives that you are an old soul with deep wisdom, and healing your past lives will raise your vibration and is going to impact your life next. As I can see here within passion, that healing those old vibrations, healing those old wounds or wounds that were passed down from past lives to you is definitely something that gets you fired up, because it's like the more you heal and the more work that you do on yourself, the more whole you feel, or the more you kind of feel like you are in control, which makes sense. I can see here within flow that you are finding an easier path forwards. You're surrendering to whatever outcome may be the case when you're working on past life karma, and you're releasing expectation. And whenever you release expectation, you actually allow for there to be space for something new, and something new is definitely often connected to something amazing, because if you do the same thing for your whole life, you'll always have the same result, right? But if you release expectations and just find a path forward that is easy, surrendering to the outcome of that path, and by a path of least resistance, I mean a path where you're not struggling with yourself internally, where you're not fighting with yourself on the inside. That is definitely something that allows you to have a lot of new positive experiences, be able to enter your life and impact you in the most amazing way, group number 4, which I see that you're making way for. So continue to do that. Also leave a snake emoji down below in the comment section if you made it to the end of this portion of your reading. But hold up, group number 4, because we have a second part available for you. So you can scroll back down into the comment section, click your zodiac sign, and you will be fast forwarded to part 2 of your reading, where we'll figure out even more details about what is impacting your life next. So make sure that you don't miss out on that invaluable information, group number 4, because we're going to go into even more details. So thank you for being here, and I'll catch you over during your zodiac signs portion of your reading. Hello, all my beautiful Aries babies, and welcome to the zodiac portion of your prediction about what is impacting your life next. So as you can see, we are going to be using my divine guidance tarot and oracle boards, which I designed and created. I will leave the link to these down below in the description box, so you can get your own board for at home or for when you're on the go. These are ideal for beginners, as well as those of you who are a little more well versed with tarot and oracle cards, but let's get straight into it, okay? The first field corresponds to your current opportunities, and of course each one of these boards comes with a little guide booklet, so that is where I'm reading the meanings of the spaces from, because I don't always just remember them offhand, but that's what the guidebook is for. So in the Hierophant, I can see here that a big opportunity for you, all my beautiful Aries babies, is to use spirituality for anything that is impacting your life next. Both happy moments, difficult moments, challenging things. Use the fact that there is something bigger or greater than you that you believe in. Doesn't matter what it is. You know, my channel is all inclusive in order to find strength as well as some sort of bigger purpose that can push you forward. In the Empress, I can see here that part of the current difficulties or obstacles that are impacting your life is actually really how other people see you, all my Aries babies. And this may sound really strange, but because other people find you really attractive and other people find you very interesting when it comes to being with you physically, I can definitely see here that some people may underestimate you or may kind of how should I say, limit you to your exterior plane rather than seeing how brilliant that you truly are. So in the Empress, I can definitely see here that a little bit of quote-unquote pretty privilege, or just you being attractive to other people, is actually making them underestimate you to a certain extent. Next up, we have the Tower reversed. So in the Tower reversed, I can see that what can serve as an amazing tool for you is to simply prove them wrong without trying so hard to prove them wrong. And by proving wrong without trying to prove someone wrong, I mean just doing your thing, not being bothered about what other people may think or what they may say about your progress, simply focusing on your progress and allowing for the results to speak for themselves. So not needing to make any announcement about what you're doing, but simply just doing it and showing other people that you have what it takes in order to live a life that you're proud of. The Ten of Cups being in your fourth place, which stands for your natural advantages, does stand for the fact that your relationships and your love life is impacted in a really positive way and is in a really good space for you, all my beautiful Aries babies. So this is a really positive card for you to receive, and one that I want you to celebrate. In the World reversed, I can see that for your wake-up call, which is exactly what the fifth field is all about, we have this culmination of everything. The World card showing up reverse for you does indicate that you're maybe not seeing how fantastic that your life truly is because you're so busy with other things. You're so busy handling whatever is impacting your life. But do know here in the World reversed that your big wake-up call is a moment of a big epiphany and realization of how magical that your life actually is, and that you've maybe been way too hard on yourself and your life in the past. Next up, for the sixth field, we have trust. So I can see here that what's going to impact your life a lot is how you deal with trust issues and how you deal with missing trust in relationships as well. In the past, you may have not been able to even face someone who you don't trust, or who took your trust for granted or took advantage of your trust, but I can definitely see you moving to a space where you're a lot calmer and where, yeah, you're not going to trust them with any secrets or anything moving forward, but at the same time, you're not going to allow them to have power over your emotions, your feelings, and your reactions. Moving further into your reading, we have polarity. So in polarity, I can see here that the current opportunities for you in what is impacting your life next lies in integrating your shadow side, reminding yourself that there can be no light without dark, and understanding the laws of polarity, understanding how important it is to do shadow work, to go into those nitty-gritty details about yourself that you don't want to face, like the things that you don't like about yourself, the ways in which you've maybe kind of done wrong or hurt other people, then actually dissect all of those areas and understand that without knowing what your dark side is, you can't really be a light worker. You can't really be a true empath if you never look at the sides of yourself that make you feel uncomfortable. Moving on to the 8th field, we have your past lives show up, and I can see here in your past lives that what is going to impact your life next is the fact that any new connection that you make, both romantic or platonic, you're going to feel like you've known this person for a lifetime, and that is where past lives come into play. So because this new person that's coming into your life next is someone who you did know from a past life, they feel very familiar. So all my beautiful Aries, if you've ever met someone and thought to yourself, I feel like I've known this person for my entire life, but you literally just met them, it's not possible for you to have known them, do you know that there may be a past life connection here that is a lot deeper and more real than you ever thought. Moving on to the 9th field, I can see here that that has to do with your friendships, and these are also your new focal points when it comes to what is impacting your life next. So this is some sort of friendship that is impacting your life in a way that you know that there is a connection here. You know that you've been through some stuff with this person in a past life, and it's actually impacting you really positively. It is actually creating instant trust in this person that's coming into your life. Last but not least, for the 10th field, which is the outcome, we have a sanctuary. So I can see that everything that's impacting your life, all my beautiful Aries babies, is actually going to lead to you being able to take time out from the world, spending more time alone, and also meditating or going on retreats. So maybe you're literally going to book a retreat somewhere that you can go to, where you can just meditate, where you can just take time out from the world and chill. Do know here within the sanctuary that this is the outcome of all of these things that are impacting your life. So even if some things might be difficult or hard to deal with, do know that at the end of the day, everything that's impacting your life moving forward is just leading you to a space where you can rest and feel rejuvenated. So all my beautiful Aries babies, this is the second zodiac portion of your reading that I received for you. I truly hope that you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. Let me know down below in the comment section, and of course do not forget to check out my Kenzzi deal that I have for you if you're interested in using the IPL system at home. It truly does work wonders. So thank you for being here and for spending this divine time and space with me, and I'll catch you during one of my upcoming predictions. Hello, all my beautiful Taurus babies, and welcome to your zodiac signs portion of this prediction, where we're going to go into even more detail about what is impacting your life next. We are using my Divine Guidance Tarot and Oracle boards. I will leave the links to these boards below. I created quite a few of these in different styles and colors. I came up with these all by myself, so if you want a truly unique product to read tarot and oracle cards with, it of course also comes with this little guide booklet here where I explain everything to you, and it also comes with a crystal pendulum. Then make sure that you check that out. So let's move into your reading in order to figure out exactly what is impacting all my Taurus's lives next. First up, we have energy healing. So I can see here in energy healing that what is impacting your life next has a lot to do with your natural energy healing abilities and turning those on for yourself. As a Taurus, you are a very loving zodiac sign. You are a sign that is security loving and also very patient and reliable. And when you're going through a tough time, it's important to use your best traits and use them for yourself. Use them for your own energy healing, as I can see that it's an important part of your life purpose to remain this grounded and reliable zodiac sign that others can count on. Next up, we have environmentalist. So an environmentalist, I can see here that a current obstacle for you, all my beautiful Taurus babies, is definitely finding a good middle ground for yourself when it comes to being the earth angel that you are, you were born to protect, nurture, and teach about nature and the animals, but because there is definitely also a part of you that likes to indulge a little bit, or likes to buy new things, likes to try new things, and maybe even your diet isn't the most environmentally friendly thing, or you purchase a lot of different items that come in packaging that isn't fully recyclable or in plastics and so on. I can definitely see a bit of a clash here that is impacting your life and also impacting your energy healing, because you truly want to walk your talk, not just talk your talk. So you're trying to find ways to be more sustainable and more environmentally friendly. Next up, we have the healer. So the healer goes together really beautifully with the energy healing that we had here for your first field, but your third field stands for your available tools. And as a Taurus, I can see that no matter what impacts your life next, you have the spiritual gift of healing and a desire to share it with others. And having this as part of your little toolbox is not only really helpful, but it is also a big game changer, because other people prefer to listen to someone like you who is genuinely coming from a good place than other people who are just trying to get into a position of power and authority. For the fourth field, we have the Strength card, and the fourth field actually means your natural advantages. As you can see right here, I have everything laid and written out within the little guide booklet, so it doesn't matter what level you're on, you will be able to use this board with any tarot or oracle deck that you own. You can of course also get it with my Gentle Heart tarot deck as like one pack, but do know here that for the fourth field, you having strength as a natural advantage is something that makes a lot of sense for all my beautiful Tauruses of this world, because you are truly a zodiac sign that is so strong to the point that you can be very stubborn, that you can be very inflexible, that you can even be resentful for a very long time. But as a natural advantage, I definitely see the persistence and the side of you that is unwilling to ever give up once you've set your mind to something. I definitely see that that is what impacts your life in the best positive way and will continue to impact you positively moving forward. Next, we have the conch shell. So I see that your wake-up call is going to be a calling, is going to be some sort of divine intervention. So you may even quite literally receive a phone call that changes your life, or a text message, an email. Know here in the conch shell that this stands for also you finding your calling. If you feel like you haven't quite found your calling in life, if you haven't quite found what you're meant to do in life, this is definitely going to hit you soon and impact you in a way of finally having clarity about that subject. Next, we have four-legged. So in four-legged, I can see that some changes that are coming your way is definitely to have some sort of four-legged companion within your realm. Maybe you're even thinking of adopting an animal or bringing an animal into your home, into your family. Do know here within four-legged that another part of this card's message is also your endurance, and in connectivity to the sixth field and the meaning of the sixth field, I can see that what is impacting your life next is finding a whole new meaning of your personal endurance and how long you can actually go without taking a break or without needing to take rest. I can definitely see you discovering more strength in yourself than you ever realized was there. We have the sacred site next, which stands for your purpose. So I can see here that big opportunities are coming for you immediately once you have found your life's purpose and what you are meant to do in life, once you pick up that phone call or read that special email. And I do see here within the journey that part of the new connections that you're going to make in your life with people and with just other energetic entities definitely have to do with you opening up to the possibility of you finding your purpose and understanding that you will find your purpose when the time is right. And from then on, all you need to do is continue to manifest. Once you're on the right track towards your purpose, you simply need to think thoughts that serve you, and you will be divinely guided further down a path that is meant for you and that serves you. And this is something that as a Taurus, you can get stuck in different cycles because you like to kind of know what comes next, right? You're definitely someone who is very security loving. So when new things pop up, it can be a little bit scary for you. I can see here within fire next that is why a new focal point in your life and in things that are impacting your life has to do with simply asking yourself, do I feel passionate about something? And if the answer is yes, then you will continue to allow it to be a part of your life. And if the answer is no, then you may move forward and you may understand that you're not blocking the situation. You are simply saying no to something that isn't worth your time because you are definitely wanting to impact your life's journey in a way you can look back on your life and say, I lived my best life and I truly only did things that I loved doing, that I felt passionate about. Last but not least, for the 10th field, we have the medicine wheel, which stands for continuation. So you're definitely going to live a very long life, all my beautiful Taurus babies. I can see in the medicine wheel that you are meant to actually grow pretty old in age. And I can see that what is impacting your life next is also a lot of plant and herbal remedies and medicines, and you nourishing and nurturing your body in a way that longevity is something that you can enjoy moving forward. So all of my beautiful Taurus babies, this is the reading that I received for your zodiac sign. I really hope that you enjoyed this type of two-part approach to a reading. I really hope that it brought you clarity. Let me know down below in the comment section. Let me know that you're a Taurus as well, so me and your Taurus brothers and sisters know that you are here. Of course, if you're interested in the IPL system that I introduced during the intro, don't forget to use my discount code. $50 off is really quite a lot on this device, so make use of that. Thank you for being here, all my beautiful Taurus babies, and I'll catch you during one of my upcoming predictions. Hello, all my beautiful Gemini babies, and welcome to your zodiac signs prediction about what is impacting your life next. So we are using my Divine Guidance Tarot and Oracle boards that I developed and came up with. I will leave the link to this one and the other two styles in which I created this board down below. Of course, it also comes with a little guidebook where you can read the meanings of the spaces and a little crystal pendulum. So you can, of course, look into absolutely everything that you need to with these boards and understand how to use them for yourself or for clients. These boards are great for beginners as well as those of you who are a little more advanced with tarot and oracle cards. They do work with any deck, so it doesn't have to be my deck. You can of course purchase it with my Gentle Heart Tarot deck, but you can also get these boards by themselves in order to conduct readings. So let's move into your reading. First up, we have the Mugwort Dreams. So in the Mugwort Dreams, I can see here that what is impacting your life next has a lot to do with rest, with your higher self, and with finding your own rhythm. And resting, not in the sense of simply just taking time away from the world, all my beautiful Geminis, but simply just finding your rhythm, finding a rhythm of life that works for you in a way that feels restful. Because once you have a routine that feels authentic to you, life becomes a lot less stressful, and even if you have a lot to do, you will find little pockets of time in between the days in order to rest. In the closing circle, I can see here that current obstacles when it comes to what's impacting your life has to do with timing, has to do with experience, as well as giving yourself enough time to grow and also to gather experience and wisdom. Because I do definitely see here with the Mugwort dreams that you want to create a rhythm for yourself. You want to create a great morning routine, a great night routine where you can not only take care of yourself, but also give yourself a little reset every single day and do the self-care. But I also want you to know here in the closing circle that it's normal to not immediately know what works best for you. You need to go through trial and error before you can find things that truly work for you. And that's something that of course will come with you bumping your head every now and then, so don't feel embarrassed about it or like you're not making good progress just because things don't move as quickly as you may like them to, because as a Gemini baby, you are youthful, lively, you're very quick and witty. So when things move slowly, it can definitely cause some panic in your world. As an available tool, we have Brigid, and in Brigid, I can see here that we have some druid magic, some psychic flames, the number 333, which is an angel number that calls for you to collaborate with other people and also share your experiences. So I can definitely see that what can impact your life super positively is sharing what you have gone through with other people, even if it's just with friends, family. If you have the opportunity to speak in front of a larger audience, then do so. Who knows, you may even in the end become a part-time speaker, public speaker. Next up, we have Jinn. So in Jinn, I can see here that your natural advantages have to do with your wildness, the fact that you're kind of an enigma, the fact that you are a very versatile and adaptable sign. This is a big advantage that you just naturally have. So it doesn't matter what impacts your life. For some reason, everything will just work out in your favor because of these intellectual and eloquent tendencies that you have. Let's see what your wake-up call is going to be for the fifth field. We have Florida waters. So in Florida waters, I can see here that this enchanted potion, this cleansing, is a big wake-up call for you. So cleansing yourself of the need to have a certain outcome occur in your life, cleansing yourself of expectation. And by expectation, as spoken about earlier, all my beautiful Geminis, it's best for you to not expect a certain outcome or expect to already know yourself by the age of 18, 20, 25, 30, 40, 50. It doesn't matter what age that you think in your head you should know yourself by or already have a good routine by, a perfect diet or a perfect just workout or work schedule and regimen. If you have set a time limit, that is like already something that you're being shaken up not to do. As I can see here in Florida waters, that it's all about releasing expectation and simply allowing yourself to see where life leads you. And the more you kind of release these expectations, the more you will find that you can actually get to know yourself because you're not hell-bent on a specific outcome. So it seems very counterintuitive, but if you want to move forward, you have to let go of the need to control or the need to see anything in an expectant light. Next up, we have passion. So in passion, I can see here that what is impacting your life next is feeling super passionate about new things, new endeavors within your life. And I can see for the seventh field that we have a possibility for you as well, all my beautiful little Geminis. So I can see here within possibility that there are new potential opportunities that are opening up for you, and these are allowing you to kind of see that you have unlimited potential, and that impacting your life is again something that moves you away from expectation. Because if you expected to, for example, make X amount of money by the age of 20 or 30, then if you are so open to literally any outcome, who is to say that that amount that you actually end up accomplishing, it could be like 3 times what you expected or what you wanted, but only if you're open to that possibility and if you're not hell-bent on a very specific outcome, because the universe often has better things prepared for you than you expected or hoped for anyways. Let's move on to the 8th field, which stands for strength. The 8th field is all about new connections, decisions that you are making, and I can definitely see that strength is something that will impact your life next, and strength is something that you're learning more of every single day, and understanding that strength is discipline, and strength is definitely also the ability to let go of control. In partnership, I can see here that this is going to be a new focal point. I can see that a romantic partnership is going to have a lot to do with what impacts your life next. So your focus as well as your energy is going to be on a partnership, on a mutually beneficial relationship, and one that is romantic, one that you feel really passionate about and that just gets your juices flowing. Last but not least, for the 10th field, which stands for the outcome of what is impacting your life next, we have Delight, which is a really positive card. This is all about counting your blessings and enjoying life, taking pleasure in simple things, as well as always expecting the best. So this is a great way for you to move forward, all my beautiful Geminis. Rather than expecting something particular, just expect the best, regardless of what the best may look like to the universe or what the best may be in that moment. Simply move through life expecting positivity and happiness and nothing else, and you will see how there aren't really many blockages stopping you moving forward anymore, and anything that impacts your life you're able to see through a really positive lens. So all of my beautiful Gemini babies, this is the zodiac portion of your prediction that I received for you. I hope that you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. Once again, don't forget to check out the links below. I have the link to my Divine Guidance Oracle and Tarot boards in the description box, as well as, of course, my $50 off code, which is so much off of the Kenzzi products, the IPL products that I have been using, and I can definitely recommend those to you who don't feel comfortable going to like an IPL studio and who would like to get a little bit of your body hair under control if it disturbs you. So all my beautiful Gemini babies, thank you for being here and for spending this divine time and space with me, and for supporting my channel. As always, know that I'm sending you so much love, and I'll catch you during one of my upcoming predictions. Hello, all my beautiful Cancerians, and welcome to the second and even more personal part of your prediction about what is impacting your life next. As you can see, we're using my Divine Guidance Tarot and Oracle board for this. I will leave it linked down below, as well as the other colors and styles that I have available with this board. I came up with this, I created this. This is a completely unique product, and it comes with a guidebook as well as a crystal pendulum so that you can learn how to use your Divine Guidance board with any tarot or oracle deck. It's super easy to use and it works with any tarot or oracle deck. But let's move into your reading so we can figure out what is impacting your life next. So first up, we have Sanctuary. So all my beautiful fellow Cancerians, I can see here that what is impacting your life next in Sanctuary is that this is an opportunity for you to grow, for you to thrive when you create a little sanctuary and safe space for yourself. And if you haven't been taking good care of your living space, your room, your home, this is actually like the universe kind of calling you out and telling you to clean up, to get moving, and to throw away anything that doesn't serve you so that you can create a safe space. I can see within a goddess that a obstacle that you may be facing when moving forward and with the things impacting your life is that you're not honoring your divine feminine energy enough. As a Cancerian, you are definitely a feminine sign with a lot of divine feminine energy, and it's time for you to see your inner beauty. That is what this card is trying to wake you up to, and to remind you to love every part of yourself, to not leave any part out of being loved, and not feel like any part of you isn't worthy of the same love as everyone and everything else. Next, in prosperity, I can see here that an available tool that you have is that a gift of money is on its way to you, my beautiful Cancerians, and your income is increasing, but it's important for you to also manage your finances with love. And just because you have more financial availability or more financial means, try not to automatically spend more, because that is is a thing called lifestyle inflation, and you will end up with the same money problems because, yeah, you have a little bit more money, but then you spend more, which means that you're back at square one. So this is definitely something that is impacting your life positively. So make the most of the increase in financial means and try not to just immediately spend it. I can see here within passion that what you have is a big natural advantage that can stop you from spending money frivolously or just doing anything that doesn't serve you for the long run or for delayed gratitude, is that you can put a lot of your time, energy, and passion into other projects such as art, such as creating, singing, dancing, moving your body, being out in nature. There's so many other things that you can creatively pour your heart into that can distract you from, for example, spending a lot, consuming, overconsumption, be it with material items or even, for example, food. I can see here for your fifth field, we have the strength card show up. So I can definitely see that a big wake-up call for all my beautiful Cancerians, because that's what the fifth field stands for. It stands for a wake-up call, is just figuring out that this challenge, that what is impacting your life next will actually make you stronger and you will get through to the other side. But you have to look for gifts in every situation. Even if there don't seem to be any obvious gifts, there is always a light that you can see, and you can always look at a glass as half full instead of half empty. The Eight of Cups does show me here that what will impact your life next is also kind of walking away from situations and people who make you feel weak. So if there are people who claim to be joking, but they always tease you about being sensitive or whatever, and they make you feel kind of weak when you're around them, I see in the Eight of Cups that you are actually changing those relationships and walking away from them, just as we have depicted here. The Eight of Diamonds shows me that what will then happen, what will then occur as an opportunity and will impact your life next, is that you will see that at work or at your studies, you thrive so much more because you don't have any reason to feel a lack of confidence, because there isn't anyone around you anymore who's perpetuating the story of you being overly sensitive or not very strong or being too cautious. You are simply living a story that you know to be true, which is a story of strength, as we spoke about for your fifth field. Next up, we have the Hierophant. So for the Hierophant and the next things that are impacting your life, I can definitely see that we have new connections taking place spiritually for you. So you may, for example, purchase crystals or crystal jewelry that you can carry with you everywhere and bring those energies along. And you will definitely find that while on one hand, of course, you can spend a lot of money on material possessions, on the other hand, you can also get a very select amount of things that don't even necessarily need to be expensive. Like it could even just be like a little piece of amethyst, like this one that I have in my chakra sets, and you just bring that everywhere with you as you find that there is a specific stone that really resonates with you. It doesn't have to be an expensive one. It doesn't have to be a fancy one. You're just learning here in the Hierophant that little things that really work for you can impact your life greatly in the most positive way. The Ace of Cups shows me that a new focal point for you is going to be a fresh relationship coming into your life that is impacting your life. This may be a romantic one, but also a platonic one. Either way, a new person entering your life and a new connection will impact you greatly, as I can see here in the Ten of Diamonds, that they will actually help you focus on your work and your career and all of the goals that you have for your life so much more. So this is someone who definitely has your back, like your favorite sweater. This is definitely someone who is there for you, who's pushing you forward, who is making you believe in yourself more than anyone ever has. So let them in, all my beautiful Cancerians, because they mean well. So this is the zodiac portion of your reading that I have received for you, and I really hope you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. Let me know down below. Leave a little crab emoji in the comment section to let me and others know that you were here. Also, don't forget to check out my divine guidance tarot and oracle boards, as well as my tarot deck. All of the links are below in the description box. Thank you so much for being here with me, all my beautiful fellow Cancer babies, and I'll catch you during one of my upcoming predictions. Hello, all my beautiful Leo babies, and welcome to the zodiac portion of your prediction. I'm going to get straight into it. We are using my Divine Guidance Tarot and Oracle board for this. I'll leave the link to this nude one as well as the other colors below. These are really helpful if you're learning the tarot, as they do come with a guidebook that I wrote as well. So let's move straight into it. First up, we have the Emperor for the first field. The Emperor stands for your current opportunities, and I can see here that with whatever is impacting your life, the best opportunity for you to be successful is to definitely be that warm-hearted as well as broad-minded person that you are as a Leo, and to continue to be faithful, loving, caring, and also a leader, not being afraid to step into your own personal power. I see here within the Five of Cups that dealing with emotions that you're not used to, that is definitely a little bit of the lion's downfall, as just overall being emotional is not always your strong suit. While you are very caring and warm-hearted and forgiving, at the same time, emotions, too many emotions, can confuse you a little bit. So hanging out with a lot of water signs can be exhausting for you. So I do see in the Hermit that what can impact your social life positively is actually retreating a little bit from people who make you feel exhausted or confused. And that's not to say that they're bad people, but we go through different phases where sometimes we just don't get one another as well as we may be used to, and you just need a break. You just need a little bit of time to think. So that is where in the Hermit I can see that this can really serve your personal life. In the Strength card, I can also see here that a big natural advantage for all my beautiful Leo babies is how strong that you are, and it's great that we just had the Strength card with the Lion show up for you, as well as this really shows that the universe is here with all my beautiful Leos. It's speaking to you directly and trying to tell you that one of your greatest assets is the fact that you're brave, that you're strong, and that you're someone who is very generous. So continue to live up to your best Leo self. In the Page of Cups, I do see here that a big wake-up call or divine intervention is a water sign, and it seems counterintuitive here with what we spoke about with the water signs and taking a little bit of space away from water signs who are very emotionally driven. But the thing is, like, the Page of Cups, which is a Scorpio, Cancerian, or Pisces who is going to impact you, will really make you think. And when someone makes you think and makes you see things from a completely different viewpoint, the best thing for you to do is really to take time to journal about it, to meditate on it, and to have a little bit of a private moment to just consider what that person said and what they meant. I can see here within leadership, again, that we have a very similar message to the Emperor that we received as a very first cards for all my beautiful Leos. And we have this message being kind of repeated again, stepping into your leadership, sharing your message, as well as inspiring and empowering others. This is a sign when you receive messages twice or even 3 times within a reading, you know that they really matter and that they're super important to you when it comes to what's impacting your life next. In order for any impact to be a positive one, step into your leadership role and also receive. I do see here for the 7th field that receiving is a big opportunity for you that will impact your life positively. So someone may give you a big gift of money, a big gift of extra power that you may have within a company. Someone may give you a big piece of advice that can truly help you in your career and personal life to get ahead of the game. So be open to receiving it, as I do see here that it's like a miracle is going to occur, but it's not a miracle. There's a reason why you're here receiving this reading, and instead of seeing it as a miracle, see it as it being something that was meant to be, because you stepped into your leadership role and you were also open to receiving rather than being too prideful for that. For the 9th field in delight, I can see that a new focal point of your life will definitely be to count your blessings and enjoy life, taking pleasure in simple things, as well as always expecting the best and seeing the glass as half full instead of half empty. This being a new focal point is definitely one that lifts any heavy or dark clouds clouds that you may have been carrying around with you in the past. And I do see here that the outcome for you of how all of this will impact your life when everything is said and done, all my beautiful Leo babies, is that you are becoming more clear and decisive, and you're focusing on what you really want. You're being bold with your requests to the universe, and you're being very precise. So when you create vision or manifestation boards, which by the way, I'm going to be uploading a video about how to create goal boards and vision boards pretty soon, so stay tuned for that. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on that. But yeah, when it comes to making those types of manifestation tools, the clearer you can be, the better. Like saying an exact date when you want to accomplish your goal, an exact amount of money that you would like to manifest, an exact partner, an exact zodiac sign, whatever it is that you're trying to pull into your life, the more specific and intentional that you can be, the better. And I can definitely see here that intention impacts your life immediately. So make sure that everything you do is intentional and is planned down to the smallest detail. So all of my beautiful Leo babies, this is a reading that I received for you. I hope that you truly enjoyed this two-part approach, that you found it insightful and interesting, that it resonated. Leave a lion emoji below in the comments section to let me and others know that you were here. Thank you so much for spending this divine time and space with me, and I'll catch you during one of my upcoming predictions. Hello, all my beautiful Virgo babies, and welcome to your zodiac signs portion of this video. Let's get straight into it. I am using my Divine Guidance Tarot and Oracle board. I will leave this and the other styles linked down below. You can also get them as a bundle with my tarot deck. I know a lot of you have been loving that because then you can learn with the deck immediately, but let's move into your reading. First up, we have Protected. So I can see here in Protected that what is impacting your life next is almost like an invisible shield, a cloak of protection, some sort of invisible armor that you can't see, but you can sense that it's here. And it's because you are safe and supported while you're changing things in your life, including your career, all my beautiful Virgo babies. I can see here within studying that putting your head into books, reading, researching, and educating yourself will help you gain confidence and clarity about your career and about your life overall. So the more you can read and the more kind of information you can take in, the better for you, really. I can see within Justice as well that an important part of your life purpose is to bring fairness and protection to others who need your help. And I can see here that the more you read into different societal or social issues, into things that have to do with injustice, the more things are boiling up within you, all my beautiful Virgos, and you definitely want to be part of the solution and not part of the problem. So the more you educate yourself, the clearer your path becomes. And in crystals, I can see that a big natural advantage that you have is your connection to crystals and gemstones, as you can channel a lot of energy into your body and into your energetic plane through connecting and using crystals. Well, connecting with and using crystals is what I meant to say, all my beautiful Virgos. So by this, I mean getting any crystals that you own out, vibing with them. You don't need to have a big, elaborate, fancy collection. Just having crystals that you connect to is the most important thing. Doesn't matter what they are or how long that you've had them, simply cleanse them. I have a free PDF that tells you how to do that. Also linked in the description box. It's on my website that you can download if you're not sure how to cleanse your crystals. Also, all the crystals that you order from my crystal shop, they come with little care tips as well. So make sure that you get out your crystals because they are meaningful and impactful to your life in the most positive way. Next up, we have Scorpion, and the Scorpion is fitting into your little wake-up call and divine intervention field here. And the fact that the Scorpion is in here does show me that some sort of water sign like a Scorpio is going to give you a big wake-up call, all my beautiful Virgos. So if you have a close friend or family member who has a lot of water sign energy within their birth chart, know that they are definitely giving you like a little pinch to wake up, if you will. And the hummingbird here shows me that that keeps you on your toes, because sometimes as a Virgo you can be so kind of diligent and reliable, trying to do or finish a project that you started, trying to complete something that you completely shut out any new ventures that have come towards you or that have entered your world. And it's important for you to stay open-minded, and that is what I can see that a close friend or family member can help you to do. The crow also shows me here that what is impacting your life next is penny pinching a little bit more, paying a little bit more attention to your material possessions and your finances, and ensuring that you're not spending frivolously and that you're looking into delayed gratification, like for example investing into real estate or stocks for a long-term gain and return. The bear here shows me that a new connection that you may make moving forward is the fact that while you may be kind of a little bit shy, other people do find you intimidating in situations that you are confident in. So this especially has to do with your work. This especially has to do with the field in which you are an expert. Other people find you to be very knowledgeable, and therefore that creates a little factor of intimidation. The elephant shows me here that because of this type of intimidation, it is definitely important for you to use everything that you know, and also the fact that some people trust your opinion a lot more than their own. Use that to everyone's advantage. That is one thing that I can see in the elephant, of how you can impact your life and everyone else's life around you really positively. So if you know a lot about self-care or healing, definitely share that information and give people tips, even if you know that they maybe don't want to hear those tips. Still share, all my beautiful Virgo babies, because you are truly meant to have an impact on other people's lives that is positive and that gives them more protection than if they didn't have you in their immediate surrounding. And last but not least, in the turtle, remind yourself that slow and steady wins the race. As a Virgo, you can definitely be a little bit overly critical and harsh on yourself, and you can sometimes feel like you're doing things way too slowly, even though you're right up there with the quickest people in the room or the most hardworking people, which is why it's so important for you to remind yourself that life isn't just all work. It's definitely meant to also entail a lot of fun, and this is the only life that you have, so have fun now. Don't procrastinate fun till later, all my beautiful Virgo babies. So this is a reading that I received for your zodiac sign. I hope that you found it insightful and that it resonated. Let me know down below in the comment section. Leave a little turtle emoji in the comment section. And thank you so much for spending this divine time and space with me. And I'll catch you during one of my upcoming predictions. Hello, all my beautiful Libra babies, and welcome to your zodiac signs portion of your prediction. We are using my Divine Guidance Tarot and Oracle board. I will leave this and the other styles linked down below. I created these and came up with these, and there's also a guidebook and a crystal pendulum that comes with each one of these, whether you get them as a separate product or with my tarot deck. But now let's move into your reading in order to figure out exactly what will impact your life next. So first up, we have insects. So all of my beautiful Libras, you may see a lot more insects around you. Do know here that they're impacting your life by showing that the universe supports you. This is a sign from your guides and your angels that you are supported and that you are protected. So instead of feeling afraid, do know that this is actually a really positive sign, seeing a lot of insects. I can see here within the medicine shield that this is confirmed that you're not only protected physically, but also mentally and emotionally, as your guides can see that you're going through a little bit of a rough patch and that they need to protect you from any type of adversity or difficulty now more than ever. Moving further into your reading, I can see here in Buried in Earth that an important part of the available tools for you is to remember that just because someone's time is up in the temporal plane, just because someone maybe has gone on to become a different energetic entity than being a human that is breathing, do know that that doesn't mean that they're gone forever, and that there is definitely such a thing as, you know, energy never being fully destroyed. So just because someone has perished, that doesn't mean that you are unable to access their energy ever again. You just need to find a different way other than calling them up or physically going or traveling somewhere to see them. And sometimes it can actually be a lot more convenient to have a direct connection to your spirits, your angels, and your ancestors, friends, past, loved ones that you can connect with in a spiritual sense rather than needing to travel somewhere. And it feels like you can access them a lot more. I can see here within the trickster that this is definitely something that you find a bit of a challenging thing. And there are also so many different resources. It can be hard to really know what's trustworthy and what isn't. I truly get that, all my beautiful Libra babies. But do know here that when you let your intuition guide you, you can find a way to connect with deceased loved ones or pets in a smooth and easy way that you can truly trust. So let this be a very personal experience, and don't feel like you need to pay any money or have anyone guide you. You can do this for completely free. And if anyone is trying to like sell you on anything when it comes to a spiritual connection, don't let that impact your life. Actually, make sure that you remind yourself that the more someone pushes for you to have to do a certain ritual or pay a certain amount of money, the more that is actually not true. Let's move on to the fifth field, which stands for your wake-up call or your divine intervention. I can see here in the birds that freedom is a big wake-up call for you, and understanding that life and your time in this body that is your vessel right now for your soul to travel in is so finite. So it's important for you to experience as much freedom as possible. And the best way for you to impact your ability to experience freedom is to take good care of your body, so it doesn't feel like you are caged or like you're a prisoner to your body, but you feel like you can truly experience life. In the upper world, I can see here that the more you focus on making your body a safe space, the more your future actually holds a lot of great experiences for you that make you feel so alive, and that make you feel like if you were to look back on your life, that you truly lived it as much as you possibly could. In four-legged, you just have to endure and be disciplined. So of course it's not easy to eat healthily and work out and do all of the things that you quote unquote should be doing in order to have a healthy body, but the more you kind of endure and the more discipline you create around those topics, the more you will find that freedom becomes a part of your life and your existence. In sea creatures, do know here that immersing yourself in your own little routines will definitely create a safe space for you where you also can connect with others. There are lots of different like forums, YouTubers, Instagrammers who are all about living more disciplined and healthily. And once you discover this little niche and subcategory on the internet, trust me, you will be obsessed. Like, I love watching productivity YouTubers, spiritual YouTubers. That's just my jam, and I can see that it is yours too, all my beautiful Libra babies. You are a very diplomatic and very sociable type of sign. So do know here that within fire, as soon as you're like passionate about something, then it's like really hard to change your mind or to get your attention off of it, which is great because it shows that once you are into something, you are truly committed and you will use your energy in order to become great at it. Last but not least, the outcome I can see here about what's impacting your life is a birth, some sort of renewal. So of course, if you're physically unable to give birth, this is not a birth in the literal sense for you, all my beautiful Libras. Okay, of course, the birth card can mean a literal birth being the outcome or impacting your life, but birth also means renewal, an energetic renewal, moving into a new chapter and phase of your life, and also birthing new ideas that you can follow through with, such as living your life in a way that invokes feelings of freedom and you knowing that even if you just live for another day, looking back on your life, you're proud of making the most of it, and there is nothing that you would change. So that is what I can see here in the birth card and what is impacting your life next. So all of my beautiful Libra babies, this is the zodiac portion of the reading that I received for you. I truly hope you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. Let me know down below in the comment section, and of course, don't forget to check out Kenzzi and to use my discount code for $50 off if you're interested in it. Thank you so much for being here and for supporting my channel, and I'll catch you during one of my upcoming predictions. Hello, all my beautiful Scorpio babies, and welcome to the zodiac portion of your prediction about what is impacting your life next. So I want to get straight into it. Just lean back, relax, and enjoy. I'm using my Divine Guidance Tarot and Oracle board. I will leave this product linked in the description box. This is from my online store. I created and designed these boards, so if you're an avid tarot or oracle card reader, then this is a great addition to your collection. But let's move into your reading. First up, we have the Camel. So I can see that what's impacting your life next is definitely the fact that you will have to up your endurance, all my beautiful Scorpio babies. You are already a very determined as well as forceful type of sign. Once you have an idea in your head, it's hard to get you to change your mindset about it, but I can definitely see here in the Camel that that is going to be tested a little more than usual. But the whole goal and the idea behind it is for you to go through a glow up and transformation, and you to truly realize how much strength that you possess that you didn't even know you had because you just never pushed yourself as far. So I definitely see here some life lessons impacting you next. In the Elk, I can also see that there is a situation with someone who is very stubborn, who is very hard-headed, that is questioning your growth or questioning your transformation, maybe even trying to call you a hypocrite or make you feel as though your transformation isn't valid. And I do see within the oyster that the best thing for you to do is just to keep what you're going through to yourself. Do not share this with anyone who is kind of a negative Nancy, someone who is just overall not really trustworthy to share information with about your personal life and what you're going through, because they're constantly just skeptical and projecting their own insecurities onto you. Remain like the oyster, closed up, and keep any of your secrets or things that really mean something to you to yourself, so that the Elk isn't able to access it or destroy it or tarnish it. I can see here within the Shark that a big wake-up call that's coming for you, all my beautiful Scorpios, that will impact your life next, is that you are learning that in a way, life really is a game that you go through yourself. Life really is an experience that, yeah, you can count on a few people, but at the end of the day, you really need to learn to count on yourself first. And that is sometimes what you have to put before all else. So it can sometimes feel a little bit sad when you feel let down by other people to come to this realization, but at the same time, when everyone else is going through a tough time, but you're somehow thriving, it can also feel really good to know that you have control over your body, your feelings, and your own future. Next up, for the sixth field, we have patience. So I can see here that changes coming your way is definitely an increase in patience. I can see that it's important for you to pause before you take action, trust that the divine timing is at work, and to be patient and play whilst you wait, to not feel as though patience means that you have to be bored, but actually patience means that you can have fun and you can relax a little bit in the meantime. I can see here within the sanctuary, all my beautiful Scorpios, that taking time out from the world definitely also has a lot to do with patience. So not sharing so much with the world, not posting on social media very much, not sharing very much with people who are not supportive, and just keeping your life a little bit more private. I see that that will definitely be impacting you next as a thought process that you're acting on. And I do see here within discernment that it's not coming from a place of being afraid to share To you, it's just more about discerning who you want to share what with, and taking your sovereignty and your personal power back, not putting all of your life goals or difficult situations on social media or out there with other people with whom your words are not safe with. It's important for you to stay true to your knowing about who deserves to be close to you and who deserves the privilege to know a lot about you, and with whom you just need to keep your dreams a secret. You would actually be surprised how small the pool of people can be with whom you do truly want to share everything. And that's not something bad. That actually shows that you have spent real time discerning who to share with and who to stay away from. I can see within the goddess, honoring your divine feminine energy and seeing your inner beauty for what it is will lead you to love every part of you way more than you would have in the past. Okay, so realizing here that the more you become assertive and the more you discern, the more it actually just shows that you know what you truly want. And that is something beautiful. That is something to be proud of. And I can see that this will impact your life in the sense of experiencing a rebirth, reinventing yourself, giving life to your dreams, and creating a new reality. That is what I see impacting your life next. So a couple months from now, all my beautiful Scorpios, you are most likely not even going to recognize your old self, and everything is going to have completely changed in a way that actually serves you and embraces more of your goddess or god energy. So all of my beautiful Scorpios, this is a reading that I received for you. I hope that you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. Let me know down below in the comment section. Leave a shark emoji in the comment section to let me and others know that you made it through the second part of your prediction as well, and that you found it insightful. Thank you so much for spending this divine time and space with me, and I'll catch you during one of my upcoming predictions. Hello, all my beautiful Sagittarius babies, and welcome to your reading about what is impacting your life next, where we talk about exactly what is coming towards your zodiac sign specifically, making this pick a card tarot reading super personalized and super accurate. So let's move straight into it. I'm using my Divine Guidance Tarot and Oracle board. This is a product that I developed, created, and invented. I'll leave the link to this board as well as the other colors that I have available down below in the description box as well. But now let's move into it. First and foremost, we have leadership. So I can see that a big change coming your way and impacting your life is that you're going to be taking on a lot more responsibility, and you're going to be stepping into your leadership. And this is something that will inspire and empower others to do the same, even if it's a bit of a pain in the butt for you. All my beautiful Sagittarius babies, you're inspiring a lot of people. And I do see here within support that because you're just being thrown into this leadership role and it's not something that you were craving, because often when people are craving to be the leader, they also crave the sense of authority and the sense of power that comes with it. But because you're being impacted in a way that you didn't expect to be the leader at all, you are not too proud to ask for support, to ask for help. And this is definitely something that makes you a super likable leader that people really trust and admire. I do see here within partnership that what is impacting your life next is a partnership and relationship that is made to last. I can see here that teamwork is a part of what will impact your life next. Teamwork with other people when it comes to your career, but also teamwork in your personal life with someone who you feel strongly about in a romantic sense. Prosperity impacting your life next. Who does not like a little bit of prosperity? I can see here that a gift of money, it's on its way to you, all my beautiful Sagittarius babies, and that your income is increasing as well. Manage your finances with love. That is an important message that the universe has for you here when it comes to prosperity that you need to ensure you take seriously. Managing your finances with love means also not suffering from lifestyle inflation, where you make more money and then you spend more money, which means that you're back to square one. Try to avoid that at all costs and create financial freedom for yourself in the long term, all my beautiful Sagittariuses. And receive, I can see here that a big wake-up call for you is that the more you're open to receiving, the more goodness comes into your life, the less ego you have in your life. Because if someone is offering, or you're for some reason able to receive, simply do it, okay? Don't feel any way about it. Don't feel like you're being that person who is always taking. Once you get those self-limiting beliefs out of your system and out of your head, your life is going to be impacted and changed for the good forever. I can see within the Three of Pentacles that, yeah, it's going to be a little party, just like we have here in the Three of Pentacles. You're not going to feel like lack is something that is even a part of your vocabulary. You are not going to feel like lack is something that even exists in your life. And as a Sagittarius, you're already very optimistic. So once you just put ego aside as much as possible, completely if possible, you are just going to be living on cloud nine basically every day, all the time. The Ten of Wands does show me here that big opportunities for you to learn are actually situations in which you feel really like restless and in which you feel like you just don't know what to do. So this could be a relationship that's in your life that has caused you anxiety or stress for a long time. It could also be just like a personal issue that you have, a health issue, and you can learn so much from that situation, as I see in the Wheel of Fortune, that you haven't quite experienced yet, that with every trial and tribulation and challenge and difficulty, there comes a big deal of wisdom that you can take from it. There comes a lot of life experience that can teach you for moving forward, that can give you lessons that are invaluable, that no book can teach you, no person can help you learn. So all my Sagittarius babies, actually start to look forward to challenges and difficult people, because those are your biggest teachers. The Four of Swords does show me a very Zen-like you, a very relaxed you. So I can definitely see that what impacts your life next positively is also meditation. If you're not good at just sitting in complete silence for prolonged amounts of times, I can definitely recommend to you to just put on, for example, Alan Watts speeches. I've been loving those recently because I feel a little restless to meditate just with complete silence, but that gets me to wake up every single morning, put on my headphones, put a blanket over myself to feel warm, cozy, and set for the day. Last but not least, we have the Eight of Pentacles. So all my Sagittariuses and the Eight of Pentacles, I definitely see you kicking butt when it comes to your financial situation and your career. I definitely see here that your job is something that you are becoming really good at, and where other people can see that you're truly in your element. So when you're going through a little bit of a difficult time, try to focus on work, try to focus on what you're truly good at, what you excel at, and that can give you the little confidence boost that you may need in that particular moment. So all my beautiful Sagittariuses, this is the zodiac portion of your reading that I received for you. I really hope you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. Let me know down below in the comments section. Also, don't forget to check out my divination boards and my tarot deck. That is linked in the description box as well. Thank you for being here and for spending this divine time and space with me, and I'll catch you during one of my upcoming predictions. Hello, all my beautiful Capricorn babies, and welcome to the zodiac portion of your prediction about what is impacting your life next. So I'm using my Divine Guidance Tarot and Oracle boards. I will leave those linked in the description box. I created this product and it comes in lots of different colors, and of course it also comes with a guidebook so you can learn how to use this board to conduct your very own readings at home whenever you need to answer any question that is burning in your heart. But let's move into your reading, all my beautiful Capricorn babies, in order to figure out exactly what is impacting your life next. So first up, we have travel. I can see here within a travel that your life purpose involves traveling, and this is going to start to impact your life more and more moving forward. So you're going to be moving around more, traveling more, going to different locations and seeing different parts of different countries. countries and learning about other cultures. In energy healing, I can see that a big part of your travels is actually going to be self-care in a way as well, because you're the type of person who thrives off of seeing new things, who thrives off of learning. I can see here that traveling is actually going to fill you up and definitely also make you feel like your life has a purpose and a meaning. And options, do know here that there are different career possibilities that will impact your life. So there may be someone who is scouting you out for a new job position. There may be a vacancy that comes up in an area that you really love career-wise, okay? It could be that just all of a sudden there are options and you have to start to weigh what you have been doing up until this point in life for what you could be doing and a fresh possibility, and weighing your options, whether you want to take the risk or whether you'd rather just stay put. I can see here with an author that you have like a whole book inside of you, and no matter what you choose to do, you are being called by your angels and your guides to express everything that you've been through and to make time to write it down. Especially when you're going through a lot of big challenges in life, or when you've had a lot of lessons that you've learned in the past and they can sometimes be very fresh on your mind. Write them down, because the older you get, the more those memories will fade and the less accurate all of your stories will become. But writing things down that you're thinking of or that are in your head is truly a way to keep them alive forever and really timeless. Let's see what your wake-up call is. Okay, a career change. So we've already had the universe guide you, all my beautiful Capricorn babies, towards the fact that you have options when it comes to your career, but I can definitely see here that your divine intervention is that you're embarking upon a career that brings you the joy and abundance that you desire and deserve, and it is most likely going to involve some sort of career change for you, as you're not meant to stay put in the situation you're in right now forever. I can see here within the Vervain Everlasting that it's important for you to have your soul aligned with your career, and as your soul evolves and changes, so does the ideal career path for you. So of course, a career choice that you made in your late teens or early 20s may not fit you in your 30s, 40s, 50s, or 60s. Next up, we have ancestors. Furthermore, I do also see here that family is really important, and your ancestors are speaking and calling to you to do what feels best, and to not put so much emphasis on what you think you should be doing. And by what you think you should be doing, all my beautiful Capricorns, I mean, for example, if you have a certain degree that you studied for, you may feel like you should be working in that field, but what's really important for you is to work in a field that resonates and that gives you purpose, not doing something that you feel you should be doing. Don't get suckered into that. Next, we have a drawing down the moon. So your divine feminine, your intuition, will tell you exactly what career choice to make in order to impact your life positively, and in order for you to one day be an ancestor of a future generation that your future generation can be proud of, where they can think back to you and say, wow, like this ancestor of mine really made me proud and really made a difference. In drawing down the sun, I can see here that perfect balance between divine feminine from drawing down the moon, as well as drawing down the sun, and the divine masculine is magnificence, is definitely like an area of your life where you feel like there's a culmination of everything that needs to come together, and everything is pointing to that being this career change, understanding that on one side you're intuitively being led to do something else for your career, and then you also have, in drawing down the sun, divine masculine energy that is telling you to act, to be unafraid, that once you have figured out where you're being led to, you then have to put in the necessary action in order to follow through with it and to make it a reality. Last but not least, in Belladonna visions, I can see here that you're being guided towards what is right for you, and you will find that clarity comes with it naturally. So when you're on the right path, you will be impacted with an increase of a feeling of clarity, all my beautiful Capricorn babies, and you're going to know for sure that you don't have to be cautious anymore. You can stand firm in your convictions and in your career change, and you can stand by your choices in a very proud manner. So all my beautiful Capricorn babies, this is the reading that I received for you. I truly hope you enjoyed this zodiac portion of your prediction. Let me know down below in the comment section. Leave a little sun emoji for me and others to know that you were here. Know that I'm sending you so much love as well as protection during your career change, and I'll catch you during one of my upcoming predictions. Hello, all my beautiful Aquarius babies, and welcome to the zodiac portion of your prediction about what's impacting your life next. So I'm using my Divine Guidance Tarot and Oracle boards in order to conduct your readings. So lean back, relax, and enjoy your reading while I get straight into it. Let's figure out what's coming towards you. We have you're on the right path. So all my beautiful Aquarius babies, keep doing what you're doing because it's working. And I can see that what will impact your life next is definitely some signs from your angels, from your guides, from the universe, also confirming that you're on the right path, so you don't have to worry whether you're truly doing the right thing or not. I can also see here in body work that because you know that you're on the right path, now may be the perfect time for you to actually do some body work of your own, to get that tattoo that you've always been thinking of, or to work on your physique, working out, not just to do body work to look a certain way, but to feel a certain way, all my beautiful Aquariuses, and to ensure that your body is at its height so that you can use it in order to live your best life. I can also see here within rebirth and the third field that we're moving into that an available tool that is impacting your life next is reinventing yourself and giving life to your dreams, creating a new reality. That's one thing that I see in rebirth that is impacting your life immensely moving forward. And in delight, I can see that this is a really positive impact on your life. You're counting your blessings and enjoying life. You're taking pleasure in simple things and always expecting the best, seeing the glass as half full instead of half empty. As an Aquarius baby, you're a very friendly, honest sign. You're really inventive and independent. So for you to have the rebirth and delight card show up is actually just a very pleasant sign that you are going to be that person that the parties revolve around, that people want to be around, because you're already a very attractive sign for others to be around. And on top of that, with you recreating your energetic frequency and feeling like you can take pleasure in all the simple things, just makes for an awesome person to spend time with. I can see here within miracles that your wake-up call, your divine intervention, because that's what this field stands for, all my beautiful Aquariuses, has to do with you having faith that your miracle is on its way and that your prayers can be answered. Also surrendering the how, not asking yourself how something is going to work out, how something can turn out the way you would want it to turn out. Simply having faith that what you truly desire is going to be that way, and just seeing it appear for you in your life, because that's the energetic frequency you're putting out, so that is what you're attracting back into your existence. I can see here within the drum for you, all my beautiful Aquariuses, that there are some big changes coming your way that will awaken you to a new reality and how easy life can be when you simply use the law of attraction, when you simply use divination to guide yourself. For example, thinking positive thoughts in order to bring positive outcomes into your life. The more you test these theories and find that they work, the easier life becomes. In the Dreamweaver, I can see that this is something that is more and more accessible than ever before. I mean, I have lots of videos on my channel as well about manifestation, about angel numbers, how to interpret them. So do know here in the Dreamweaver that accessibility is something that is yours and that you can take advantage of in order for the upper world to be something that you create to your advantage, in order for you to create a future that serves you. Your future is in your hands and is in your control, all my beautiful Aquarius babies, and let that sink in. Allow that to impact your life. The fact that you decide what comes next. In ancestors, I can also see here that there is great wisdom that will be shared with you that is going to impact your life positively. And great wisdom coming from your ancestors could be stories passed down from grandparents to you, from great parents, all the way down the lineage. But if you don't have anyone who knows those stories or who you're currently in contact with, also books can be great resources for you to learn wisdom from your ancestors, and also wisdom that seems primitive but is really helpful. Like, for example, what type of herbs, what types of foods, what types of energies and spells that you can use in order to increase energy within your life, in order to increase abundance in every sense of the way, increase love. I can definitely see here within ancestors that an increase in interest when it comes to this field of your life is going to change things forever. Next, we have the Death card. So last but not least, actually, the Death card, all my beautiful Aquariuses. The Death card is not one to be afraid of. Do know that here. It's actually a card that speaks of a completely fresh slate, a new beginning. And you did also already have the rebirth show up within your reading, so it only makes sense that you would start on a completely fresh and new slate moving forward. And that is impacting your life next. The fact that you're able to start from zero and rebuild on a life that you feel proud of, be able to use the wisdom of your ancestors from now on moving forward will change and impact your life greatly as well. So all my beautiful Aquarius babies, this is the reading that I received for you. I truly hope that you enjoyed it and that you found this zodiac portion insightful. Let me know down below in the comment section. Thank you for spending this divine time and space with me, and I'll catch you during one of my upcoming predictions. Hello, all my beautiful Pisces babies, and welcome to your zodiac signs portion of this prediction. So I'm going to get straight into it using my Divine Guidance Tarot and Oracle boards. All that you need to do is lean back, relax, and enjoy this highly personalized part of your reading. So we have a card that popped straight out of the pile, which is the Tree People card. So in the Tree People card, I can definitely see here that what is impacting your life next has everything to do with being interwoven with other people and understanding that life on one hand is definitely about you taking care of yourself, but also ensuring that the environment around you stays intact. I can see here within air that you are finding new and creative ways to connect with other people. As a Pisces, you're rather sensitive, you're a very compassionate and kind person, so sometimes you got to be a little bit creative in order to find ways to be around other people in a sense that doesn't make you feel kind of afraid or like you don't belong, but you're finding creative ways to gain more confidence around other human beings. I can see here within Feathers that this is not something new. You're simply restoring what you were born with, but you may be kind of unlearned as you went through being a child, a teenager, an adult, and up until wherever you are in life right now, because when we're born, we're already confident, we're whole, we love ourselves and we care about ourselves. There's no question about that, but somehow later down the line, we start to question our worthiness, we start to question whether we look good, whether we're worthy of love or anything else. So in Feathers, I can definitely see that you are simply restoring what was once there. In the Trickster, do know here that in this day and age, it can also be a little bit challenging to impact your life positively, as there's just so much different information out there on what to do. But the best thing for you to listen to is your intuition and what feels right within your body. Do know here within these stone people that you most likely belong to these stone people, all my beautiful Pisces babies, and you have this deep inner knowing and wisdom of what serves you and also what serves the community as a whole. And this inner knowing is actually passed down from your ancestors. This is ancient wisdom that I definitely want you to honor and cherish and understand is very special. I can see within the sixth field that we're moving into, we have the Drum, which speaks of awakening to this new reality, awakening to the reality that you don't have to ask anyone for permission in order to restore yourself back to who you were when you were born, the confident and also very intuitive being that you once were. You don't need to ask anyone for permission to bring your confidence back. Simply make it a thing and allow yourself to express this new part of who you are. That is what I see in the flute, all my beautiful Pisces. So the flute does show me here that self-expression is the most important thing for you and will impact your life next. Maybe you literally play the flute, but do know in the flute as well as the drum that your expression is meant to be loud, is meant to be heard, just as a drum would be heard and a flute would be heard. So expressing your words in a way that you haven't done before. And I see that this will also result here in some offerings and an increase in wealth. And this increase in wealth is definitely one that is meant to be. As a Pisces, you can sometimes be a little bit more on the side of being easily led by other people, but I can see here that the more you express yourself, the more you're actually being a leader, and the more you will find that material possessions easily flock towards you. Then we have the bells, which speaks of deflection, and in the bells I can see that big focal points for you moving forward. So what will impact your life next is actually focusing on parts of yourself that you used to be deflective about, that you used to just kind of gloss over or not want to deal with, not want to look at because you didn't like those parts or you found those parts of yourself very unflattering. This could be while looking in the mirror and seeing something that you don't like, or it could be a part of your personality that you've never really loved. But I can see here that this is actually becoming a new focal point in a new area that you're truly working on rather than simply trying to avoid. And this is something to be proud of, all my Pisces babies. In the staff, do know here that the outcome for you on what is impacting your life next is building fresh foundations upon which your legacy can continue to be held, can continue to thrive on. And I can definitely see here in connectivity to the stone people that you have it in you to be one of those people who builds a legacy for future generations to come, and to be one of those people who passes down generational wealth. But it starts with you, all my beautiful Pisces. So if you're asking yourself why you don't have that generational wealth to pass down right now, do know that you're the one who is creating this generational wealth and spiritual healing and well-being, and being the one who breaks the cycle or the generational curses is truly something to be proud of, and is something that you should give yourself a pat on the shoulder for right now if you haven't already. So we are at the end of your zodiac signs portion of your prediction, and I hope that you found it insightful and that it resonated with you, that you liked this two-part highly personalized approach. All of my divine guidance tarot and oracle boards are down below in the description box, as I did create a few different versions of these. You can also get these with my tarot deck if you're interested. These are great for beginners as well as any of you who are more advanced, as they do come with a guidebook where you can read the meanings of the spaces and everything else that you need to know. And it of course ships worldwide. So if you're interested in that, check out the description box. Everything's linked down there. So all my beautiful Pisces, thank you for being here, and know that I'm sending you so much love, and I'll catch you during one of my upcoming predictions.